My husband stammers in response to the insults from his affair partner. He looks like nothing more than a fool. And then he looked at me as if asking for help.
Kim, this is just,
Don't you remember? It was you who brought up the divorce, right?
Well, yeah, but please, Kim, can't we just forget about it?
Who said he wanted to divorce me because he got a girlfriend, now tries to get down on his knees begging for forgiveness. The scene is nothing short of comical. I had no idea that our surprise plan would work so well. Then I said to my husband, trying not to laugh, "It's your fault, you know? Well then, let's make sure you compensate me properly for the emotional pain I've suffered." Pale-faced, my husband crumpled to the spot. My name is Kim. I'm 33 years old. I was born to parents who ran a small theater company. As a child, I dreamed of becoming a stage actress. But as I grew older, I drifted further and further away from that dream. It is not that I lost my dream, but I longed for an ordinary life rather than the glamour of the stage. My parents did not force me to stay on the stage, and my relationship with them is still very good. I married my husband Zach 6 months ago. We didn't have a wedding ceremony. We've known each other for a very long time. During our 8 years of relationship, we've had our ups and downs along the way. So, despite being newlyweds, we already have the atmosphere of an old married couple. However, Zach's behavior had been strange lately. I can see he changed his style. We've been together for so long that Zach never cared about dressing up in front of me, except for his work suit. But now, he started buying fashion magazines, wearing trendy clothes, and styling his hair neatly. Even though his fashion sense might still be lacking, he has good raw material. I couldn't help but feel excited, seeing him making an effort to dress nicely. Is he trying to please me? Hey, babe, what's gotten into you? All of a sudden, you look handsome today. Curious? I asked him, and then,
Huh? What? Nothing.
Zach? He's flustered, clearly showing suspicious behavior. It's as if he knows there's something wrong when I mention his fashion. I was disappointed that it didn't seem to be for me. Right after, my infidelity detection switch, which had been dormant until now, turned on. He's had a few affairs before, mostly drunken one-night stands or casual flings. We've had fights, but somehow we always manage to reconcile. Perhaps it's because I've built up some immunity to that kind of thing. I'm not feeling devastated. I just felt a bit upset and sad. After that, our days went on as usual. And then, half a month later, it was Zach's birthday. We had plans to meet outside and have a fancy dinner. It would be our first birthday celebration since we got married. So I thought it would require some special arrangements. Some might think it's strange for me to make an effort for a possibly unfaithful husband, especially as newlyweds. But that's precisely why I had decided to turn a blind eye to a single act of infidelity if it meant winning his heart back. With this thought in mind, I headed to the restaurant where we were to meet. When I arrived, my husband had not been there yet. A little nervous, I waited for him to arrive. However, Zach didn't show up, even after the appointed time. What a situation, I thought to myself. Reluctantly, I had dinner alone, as I had made a reservation. The food and wine I had reserved to celebrate my husband went to waste. I almost cried a little with emptiness. When I returned home, my husband wasn't there. I couldn't reach him for the whole time. Eventually, He stumbled home in the early evening, completely wasted. Where were you? We had plans, remember?
Oh, I was out drinking with friends.
With who?
Yeah, with friends.
His noticeably diminished IQ, perhaps due to intoxication, is unable to come up with a proper response. But we had plans for your birthday.
I guess I forgot.
My husband grinned as he openly admitted it. He doesn't even bother to make any excuses. In the morning, I had told him, I'll wait for you at the restaurant. And yet he did this. We've only married for 6 months. And he's already shamelessly cheating. The next day, Zach acted as if nothing had happened and talked to me as usual. No apology. On top of that, he started texting and calling the other woman in the next room. I wished he would understand how uncomfortable it made me feel listening to them through the thin wall. When he changed his appearance, I thought I could handle it to some extent. But now, with his blatant behavior, that feeling faded away. Time passed without any countermeasures. And then, to my surprise, he even ditched his company's party. As a result, I had to attend alone. As I was walking back home, feeling down, something caught my attention across the street. There was my husband with another woman. It wasn't the woman I had seen on his phone screen. I had thought it was just Abby he was cheating with. But could it be that there are multiple women involved? If it had been just a few casual flings, I might have been more forgiving. But now, I finally woke up to the reality that I didn't want a married life full of infidelity. That night, I confronted my husband. Why didn't you come to the party?
Huh? Was it today? Whoops, my bad. But you were fine alone, right?
What are you talking about?
I said I forgot. You were such a hassle. Oh, a phone call. It's from my office. Let's talk about it later, okay?
Of course, that was a lie. The voice coming from the next room clearly wasn't related to his work or business contacts. Yeah, right. Maybe I should leave her already. And it was evident that he was talking to a woman over the phone. Then a few months passed. And on Christmas Day, my husband finally told me that he wanted a divorce. The moment I had been expecting had arrived, and I faced my husband. Why?
Maybe it's the post-nuptial doubts or something like that, you know? As soon as we got married, I started questioning if being with you for the rest of my life was really what I wanted. I wanted to see what other girls were like, you know?
But does that justify cheating?
Oh, so you noticed.
Did you want me to notice?
I mean, it's easier for me if you were the one who wants to break up and tells your parents, you know?
This scumbag's self-presentation continues.
Actually, I recently met a cute girl. I had tried hanging out with a few girls, but this one is different. She's like my destiny. Seriously, she's incredibly gorgeous. When she asked for my number, I felt like I'm someone else. And guess what? She's the daughter of the company president. Not some mediocre theater group like your family runs, but the daughter of a major apparel brand. Amazing, right?
Seeing him in such high spirits, I couldn't help but laugh.
Fine. Let's break up then.
Really?
Will you give me alimony though? Or sure, cause she's rich. And I'll be satisfied just cutting ties with you. Okay, but I want to meet the woman first. Can you bring her here?
Huh?
You want to meet her? Well, I guess I can't help it.
Saying that, my husband contacted his girlfriend, River. And an hour later, she appeared, and my husband escorted her inside. "Welcome. Hi." I greeted her, and River responded with a casual "hey" and raised her hand. Seeing that exchange, my husband looked bewildered.
Man, it's freezing today. It's been snowing.
"Yeah, they said it's the coldest wave of the year." "Sorry, it must be difficult to find a taxi."
Nah, I worked hard for this day, you know?
My husband was perplexed as he watched me and River talking comfortably, as if we were old friends.
River? Are you sick or something?
My husband asked her.
Huh? That's my natural voice.
River replied to my husband's question.
No, your voice sounds pretty deep. More like a guy.
Just then, River interrupted.
"Oh no, it's the same as always."
River changed her tone to a more feminine voice.
Huh? What? What's going on? Wait,
"Do you two know each other?" Seeing the confused husband, both River and I reached our breaking point. We couldn't stop laughing. Well, River is cute, but she's really a he.
what? He?
Then River addressed him in a masculine voice.
Yeah, I'm totally a boy. Look, check out my leg hair. See?
River revealed a glimpse of hairy leg from beneath his long socks. As soon as my husband saw it, his face turned pale.
But Zach loves me just the way I am, including these hairy legs.
Right, Zach? Saying that, River approached my husband and linked arms with him, exerting a strong grip.
Wait. What does this mean? What's happening?
Why don't you tell him, Kim?
Oh, well, this is too good. I'm sorry. Alright, yep. The truth is, River is my cousin.
Cousin?
Yeah. Since childhood, he has been performing as a female impersonator on stage. Not only does he have a slender figure, but his gestures are also perfect, right?
So River is really a guy?
Yes. And his main job now is voice acting, so he can change his voice too.
Oh no. No.
That's right. I got hair removal for my beard. But I've been careless about the parts you can't see.
Yeah. So, basically, once I found out you were cheating, I asked River to set up a trap for you. I knew your taste in women, so I prepared everything for you to cheat.
And of course, being the daughter of a company president was a big lie.
Exactly. We just piled up all the elements that we knew you would like. My husband looked like he was about to roll his eyes at our expose.
But River, didn't we, kiss?
Huh?
That's like a fly landing on my lips. If it's for work, there are plenty of kissing scenes, you know.
My husband groaned in bewilderment.
So that's why you didn't let go beyond the kiss.
Huh. Then, should we try it now?
River responded with a grin. My husband's face contoured even more. River, please, stop. It's just too funny. By the way, you pay the full amount of compensation, right? Besides, I know you've been cheating with other women.
Wait, no.
It's too late for that now. If I had intention of starting over, I wouldn't have asked River to do something like this in the first place.
But River said she's rich. That's why... this is a scam. She lied to me.
My husband shouted. You cheated, and now you are accusing others of scamming? You have some nerve. Zach couldn't come up with a response to my logic. That's when... Well,
Since you made my cousin go through such a horrible experience, you better pay up properly. After all, your value is pretty much limited to that, you know.
River, with the most menacing voice I've ever heard from him, uttered those words. His comment left my husband speechless. Then River grabbed my husband, who was kneeling on the ground, by the collar and delivered a heavy blow. That night, leaving my sobbing husband behind, River and I left the house. Since my parents' home was in another state, I decided to stay at River's place in the neighboring town for a while. A few months later, the divorce was finalized. My husband's parents apologized profusely, and strangely enough, they ended up giving me compensation as well. They said they couldn't contain their anger towards their son, so I graciously accepted. They were good in-laws, but it was a pity. My ex-husband was now seen by his superiors as a womanizing, incompetent man, and he was heavily distrusted. His boss was a woman, and the company had many female employees, as well as numerous female clients. As a result, he was systematically removed from projects, and it was only a matter of time before he was transferred to another department or resigned on his own. It served him right. Several years have passed since then. After the divorce, I became somewhat distrustful of men and couldn't bring myself to date anyone for a while. However, 2 years ago, I married a man who works as a manager at an entertainment agency, introduced to me by River. It brings me great happiness to have dinner with my husband every day, and to be able to bathe and change diapers for a 1-year-old daughter. But he's a wonderful husband who fully embraces being a hands-on dad. River has been worried about me since that incident, and seeing me now, he feels relieved. I am once again reminded of how fortunate I am to have such a wonderful cousin. As for River himself, it seems he has no interest in marriage. He lives happily with his 2 dogs and a cat. He seems to be in love in his own way, but he doesn't seem to be in a long-term relationship with any particular person. He's an actor, and I guess everything is a learning experiences for him. Actually, he leads my parents' theater company now. He has honed his acting skills even further, and every time I see him, he shines brighter than before. Being cheated on was a shock at that time, but through the connections and encounters with good people, I was able to recover and move forward. In order to repay the kindness I've received, I want to fully enjoy my life.